It's time now for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Thursday, November 17th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins and I are late at 11:10 p.m. News and on for this late Thursday night. And our top story at 11:10 p.m. is Lieutenant General Michael T. Flynn at Trump time on Thursday as Trump offers National Security Force to Michael Flynn, a retired general. President Donald Trump will be meeting this weekend with former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney, according to Trump's transition team sources. Will said the 2012 GOP presidential nominee is under consideration from a top cabinet position. Donald Trump, after fits and starts, focusing on foreign policy. While Trump also pledged to a $1 trillion infrastructure spending program to help jumpstart a company that he said during the campaign was in terrible shape. Preet Bharara, the U.S. attorney for the 7th District of New York, announced the arrest of an ex-executive Alan Fedor in a kickback scheme. Police are searching for the 21-year-old son of Representative John Conyers Jr., a student at the University of Houston that's called Conyers, was last seen by his roommate at the apartment in Houston on Tuesday afternoon, according to Houston Police Department. President-elect Donald Trump is absolutely often selecting former rebels, some of whom are branded as liars and not smart, serving in the top president cabinet, and his transition team communication director Jason Mills said. Rebel Rap, the listeners who called the radio got our type of talk radio audience around the world. It's complain. The scientific community was one of the main beneficiaries of the membership of the European Union and not stands to lose the most. President Obama had news conference in Berlin on Thursday with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. She referred to them as veterans at the international political stage. John Summers II, as Cincinnati Zoo's River, was that day when Harvey was killed, according to the feds. Flagstaff, Arizona. An Arizona police officer captured a video punching a woman in the face during her arrest and had been placed on administrative leave while the Flagstaff Police Department investigates the officer's actions. The department said Thursday. Director of National Intelligence James Carpenter told the House Committee on Intelligence Thursday he had submitted a letter of resignation on Wednesday night. Justice Elmer A. Alito Jr. on Thursday said the free speech and religiously be hanging about that the Supreme Court had warned that the others issues along the constitutional fault lines that might confront the divided justices. Looking at some local news from the Attleboro Sun. Attleboro tested water from several taps in North Attleboro schools that were found to exceed government limits for lead, and corrected actions are being taken. Attleboro is placing fixtures on a failed two-test wall of North Attleboro selection to take out of service, allowing hand washing only out of 14 potentially problematic taps while waiting on the results of the second test. The first test comes when a tap has not been used overnight, while the second comes after a 30-second flush, according to the letter from the North Attleboro schools to parents. Attleboro Superintendent David Sorrell said some of the fixtures in his system were not in use before the water was tested and others were rarely used, still they were replaced. He said 2 fixtures at the Steadley Elementary School would have been replaced, but the results of the third test are not yet in. The third test determines whether they were replaced or the fixture cured the problem. In the fall of the drought-plagued 2015, Attleboro just a 4-month supply of water left before the rains came and filled the reservoirs in the spring. Even so, when reservoirs are full, the city has supply sufficient of less than a year, 293 days, according to the water department. Attleboro High School Principal Bill Winnie took to school on Thursday to once again condemn racist graffiti that was found in the boys' restroom earlier this week. Fox by the Patriot Place to shopping and entertainment venue off Route 1 as a second hotel. North Attleboro, a medical marijuana facility looking to set up shop in the town, will no longer pursue plans for a cultivation facility, but a dispensary is not out of the cards just yet. Foxbury request for the additional package of store licenses that have been dropped in the December 15th special town meeting. Rent them after their quarter-century town service. Keep building and calling it a career. Looking at some state news. Boston, an elderly man has died in a JetBlue flight from Florida to Boston, but his death is not considered suspicious. Massachusetts State Police say the man and the baby have died of natural causes during the flight on Thursday from Fort Myers. New York-based JetBlue Airlines Corporation said the plane's flight crew reported medical concern involving a passenger before London. Emergency personnel met the air company in London on Thursday afternoon at Logan International Airport. Sam Massachusetts of Vermont man have been sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after pleading guilty in Massachusetts charges stemming from a crash that killed his best friend. In North Massachusetts at 106 John Scott Boulevard, reports that a man barricaded himself with a gun. Alabama just sent 2 units for a backup. A decade ago, JP and Morgan Chase Company managing director in Asia sent an email to the investment banking team as you know that the firm does not condone hiring the children of relatives, clients, or potential clients. Chancellor must close the society deal. More will just lie ahead. Breaking news. This is just in. At the situation of 106 John Scott Boulevard here in Norton, they just reported that shots have been fired in the vicinity of 106 John Scott Boulevard of the man with a gun. A leading candidate be President Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary was deeply involved in a run on a bank that had received $900 million in federal payout money and had been accused of discrimination except for the potentially authority. Donald Trump said he's support for moving jobs in Mexico, but the move is never going to happen. In 1964, the U.S. Surgeon General released a report on the health impacts of smoking and it shaped the public and government attitude toward tobacco for years to come. Donald Trump's opposition and fight against the global warming account leave the U.S. second in the past for countries from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, pursuing an energy revolution in which renewables offer a better bang for the buck. Scientists say they can now describe in detail now the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs predicted this huge created its construction event 66 million years ago was made possible by drilling into the remnant pole and analyzing its rocks. A trio of space stars from the U.S., Russia, and France are launched into space Thursday to kick off a 6-month mission to the International Space Station. A 14-year-old girl wanted the body to be surgically brought back to life when his stroke legal fight shortly before her death. As the number of laboratory confirmed Zika virus disease caused an increase in the United States and abroad, so efforts to establish an affected have been raised to rapidly screen and test for Zika virus. New York, healthcare is the top issue America wants Donald Trump to address during his first 100 days in the White House, according to Reuters. BLS poll released on Thursday in a rebuke about going to President Barack Obama's signature. The almost came around tense around stepping out on Skid Row. As for American sports like living in the safe have the rich, it's like live the future. Peter Children's time, 11:16 p.m. on this late Thursday night, and it is time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's imitate what Charlotte Bus will continue to place Green Line B serve between Paris Center and Washington Street through the truck terminal until closing the day. On the commuter rail, Worcester train 5:37 10:30 p.m. from substation to part substation operating 5 10 minutes late between substation Worcester and Worcester train 5:35 9:35 p.m. Substation up expected to operate 25 35 minutes late between Yawkey Station and Worcester Union Station. The Worcester Line train 5:34 9:35 p.m. Worcester is operating 20-25 minutes late between Worcester Union Station and substation. And on the ferries, they are looking good. All right, looking at some highways and byways. Let's stay off down to New York City on this late Thursday night. 95 at the southbound side back to Bronx down to the George Washington Bridge. FDR Drive at the northbound side back to Midtown and all the way up to the Harlem. Midtown Tunnel both ends is backed up. Lane Tunnel westbound side is backed up. Brooklyn Bridge on both ends is backed up. Brooklyn Queens Expressway eastbound side back to 27 all the way to Long Expressway. Long Expressway eastbound and westbound side is Little Swan 678 678 and northbound side is backed up Belt Parkway all the way up to Grand Central Parkway. Belt Parkway eastbound side also just ran 678 in JFK Airport. And 278 on them. Ferris Nerves Bridges backed up. Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn Battery Tunnel southbound side also. Northbound tunnel is looking good. West Side Highway on the northbound side backed up between Interstate 78 and Long Expressway. 95 is southbound side is backed around Stratford Stretch. Mare Parkway eastbound side it is backed up around Milford Stretch. Interstate 84 eastbound side backed around Waterbury. 84 eastbound side is backed around Denbury Stretch. Interstate 84 eastbound side it is backed up around the Hartford Stretch. 91 on the northbound side is backed around Northampton. 93 on the southbound side is backed up at Savage Express and then George Treasure. Mass Parkway eastbound side it is backed up from the Pruitt all the way at the Logan Airport. Route 1 on the southbound side backed around Tobin Bridge. But how in the bar was reached the Massachusetts out Lincoln Gate? 295 on the southbound side is slow around the main turback in South Portland. 295 on the northbound side is around main turback headed towards Augusta. Peter Children's time is now 11:19 p.m. on this late Thursday night, and it is time now for a weather report. 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Friday night, podcast go about 37 degrees. North about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Friday, south go about 600 degrees. Coming in the northbound Friday, 8 miles an hour in the morning. Friday night, most coast about 37 degrees. North about 5 miles coming in the evening. For Saturday, south go about 59 degrees. Loud variable wind. For Saturday night, at Church Child May after 9 p.m. Park Chippewa between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Otherwise, most coast go about 40 degrees. Southwest east wind about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Church Bay is 40%. For Sunday, at Church Child May before 11 a.m. Petrobras before 7 a.m. West. Put the Sunday skies about 49 degrees. Church Bay 30%. Sunday night, most clouds go up about 31 degrees. For Monday, put the Sunday podcast about 41, about 27 degrees. For Tuesday, most Sunday, most clouds about 43, about 27 degrees. And for Wednesday, most clouds go about 47 degrees. And Wednesday night, at Chester Showers, most clouds about 34 degrees. At Chesapeake is 40%. And for Thanksgiving at Chester Showers, most clouds go about 51 degrees. And Chesapeake is 40%. Currently, and not near, it is a fair skies, and we have a temperature of 43 degrees with a humidity of 95%. And that is going to be it for the Peter channel. Late night news on this late Good night. Number 17 journalistic damage will be for good night with a good positive. Now, see you tomorrow morning with more report. I hope you have a good night.